Micah, thank you. Hey, summer is a popular time to sign up for a marathon or a half marathon. And if you've ever completed one for yourself, you know that although it takes a lot of hard work and discipline, it is so rewarding in the end. Our next guests say it's a lot like planning for retirement. Abe Ashton of Ashton Strobelt is back with us today. He and partner Nick Strobelt are fondly referred to as Southern Nevada's retirement brothers. They are retirement professionals and radio show hosts. How do you do so many things? You sound very busy.
First of all, we start with the retirement brother being on time, which, I got caught in traffic. I can't make it on time, so we don't need Nick today. We got rid of him.
So what happened to Nick? Because you're usually on the couch.
We're not, well,
together.
Not because we don't like to snuggle that close to one another, so I actually told him, hey, hang out on I-215 in the car accident. So he's just a little late this morning because of traffic, and so it's just you and I. You're stuck with me.
Hey, you know what? This is a tremendous advantage for you.
It
yes,
is.
Because now you get all the credit for explaining to me how this all works. This is my first time in the chair.
Sure.
Yes,
yeah.
Please. I truly do need to be more active about planning my retirement.
Yeah, 3 or 4 minutes should be able to change your entire retirement plan. Here's the thing.
Help me.
Only 50% of Americans right now have even 1 penny saved for retirement.
50% of Americans?
50% of Americans have 1 penny or more saved. Half of Americans have nothing saved for retirement. And that's why we talk about planning for a marathon. We were talking before the before the segment about a marathon. My wife has got me training for a marathon right now.
No kidding.
Awful.
It's hard.
It's what she wanted for her birthday. She said, listen, I would like you to train and run a marathon with me in October. So we've been running together. I said, can't I buy you a villa in France? Can't I do something small for you other than training for a marathon?
No.
And now we're getting up every morning at 5:30 at dark, running miles and miles and miles. We got a 15-mile run on Saturday. It's a joke.
A 50-mile?
15, yeah.
15, oh, okay. Yeah. She's a very smart woman.
Oh, she's smart,
yes.
Except for that one, the guy she married thing, except for that.
Okay, so with this training you're doing, like this 15-mile race, I know that when you're running, I've ran a lot of 10Ks. When you're doing a 15-mile race, you need to think about your pacing.
Yep.
Okay? Is that how planning for retirement is like?
Yeah, so starting planning for a marathon is very similar as planning for retirement because you make a decision and sign up for the race.
Yes.
Right? That's the first thing. You go online or you call the people, say, I'm going to sign up. And that's the same thing with retirement. You make a physical decision where you say, I'm going to start contributing to a plan for retirement. I'm going to start contributing to my company 401k. I'm going to put money in an IRA, a Roth IRA, all those different options. You first make the choice to do it the same way you would to start a race. And then, just like any race or a diet, but you start with something small. Whether it's a diet, you say, okay, I'm going to cut out sugar this week, right? Or I'm going to cut out dairy. Or when you're running a marathon, you say, this week I've got to start by running 2 miles. And sure, I've got to get up to training and running 15 miles on a Saturday, like we're going to run this Saturday, but it didn't start with running 15 miles on a Saturday because I would be dead. I would need the pacemaker from the earlier segment, right? But this is the point. You actually have to start, and you start slow, and then what you realize is as you accelerate, as you get longer distances, as you contribute more money, all of a sudden the goal becomes attainable. You can actually retire.
I love this analogy because I understand it. That a lot of people think, oh, I've got to work this all out. I should go in next week. I should get my whole retirement plan laid out, and it should just be done. And I should, and I don't.
And it's overwhelming and daunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why people just don't do it. But consider this: what happens if these half of Americans never do plan for retirement?
What does happen?
Well, it means they're going to be stuck on the government, right? Only having Social Security. They won't have enough money. Over the next 20 years, the cost of health care is scheduled to go up about 5.5% per year. Now, I don't know if you look at interest rates, but right now the typical CD is paying about 1%. And if you're only earning 1% on your money as it's growing, if you have any money saved at all, if you're only earning 1 or 2%, and the cost of health care is going up by 5 or 6, you can see very quickly you're not earning enough even to keep up with some of the most basic retirement needs like health care.
Yes.
If you're 65 years old, over the next 20 years, you'll spend $220,000 just in health care alone.
Really?
So where are you getting this money? And what is your plan if you're 50 years old or 45 years old? And that's where we come in. That's where we sit down with people and say, don't get overwhelmed. Don't try and do this all in one visit. Don't try and say, you've got to have everything planned right now. Let's just start talking about it. And let's sign up for the retirement race. Right? Let's sign up and let's start making some plans. Even the smallest step towards it right now is a good step because you're making a choice to sign up for that race.
You know what? You kind of just demystified it for me. Like, I don't feel intimidated about it because
Good.
I felt intimidated. I'm like, 401k, but I understand. So just take the first step. You mentioned healthcare, and I know that's a huge, huge topic
Yeah.
and something that becomes extremely important, if not the most important thing, as we get older. What are some other, bumps in the road or things that we can plan for?
Yeah, so as one is
later?
looking for income, and then two is taxes. We want to understand what kind of tax situation we're going to have when we retire. Are we going to have tax-free income? What will be our net benefit after Social Security? Hopefully a pension, or if we're having some rental property income. We've got to understand how that affects us tax-wise. Healthcare is going to be an issue, and then also estate planning. Where do you want things to go when you're gone? Power of attorney for healthcare, living wills, trust, all of that encompass a full retirement plan, and we deal with all of that at our office.
Okay, great. So you can really take a full look at
The whole
someone's
kit and
plan.
caboodle. And again, not in an overwhelming way, but just say, let's take one piece at a time and see where you're at and how we can get you from where you are now to where you want to be, which is across the finish line.
One thing I love about you guys is that you're so open. You actually allow people to email you with questions,
Yep,
and you will respond.
Yep, we've got questions at ashtonstrobelt.com. They just email us, and we can respond to some of those questions without, if somebody's not ready yet to come in and sit down for a consultation. Of course, we'd love to have people come in and sit down and bring us what they've accomplished so far, show us their statements and what they've accomplished, and then we'll build the plan from there. But even just to answer a simple question, it's very easy for us to do on email.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Yeah.
Solo. It was great.
myself,
I had a great time. If you'd like a coach in the race to retirement, give Abe and Nick a call. At least Abe, because Nick's not here. The first 10 callers to qualify will receive, oh, he is here. Get up here. Receive a complimentary retirement plan valued at $500. The number to call is on your screen. For more information about the Retirement Brothers and to schedule a complimentary appointment, the information is on your screen.